Valheim is an amazing survival game in early access with one more large biome update to come, the Deep North, and with it 1.0. While the game is fun and challenging, there are some quality of life mods that make the game feel so much more satisfying, taking away some inconvenience that after 2,000 hours of gameplay, I just can't live without. Here are my top 10 recommendations, and watch to the end to find out the easy way I manage my mods to keep them up to date, and a bonus mod to easily configure your mods so they suit you. Everything will be linked to the video description. Let's get started. TorchesEternal by Xenophel. This type of mod is especially useful if you're playing on servers with your friends, as you'll find yourself needing to refill torches around your base with resin every time you log in. TorchesEternal simply stops you having to refuel your light and fire sources. They don't take fuel from your boxes, they start and remain full of fuel when you place them. This is really a must-have for me. Campfires will always be lit, torches and sconces will always shine brightly. WaterproofBuildings by Valdream. Want to place cool wood stumps to line your path without them getting water damaged? Make an uncovered balcony or dock for your boat? This mod simply stops your build pieces from receiving damage from the rain or bodies of water, and keep their original warm wooden look. You'll still need a sloped roof to keep the water out of your house, and provide shelter indoors. MassFarming by K942. There are so many vegetables to grow and propagate in Valheim. By the time you reach the late game, it can get a bit overwhelming, and I'm always looking for ways to reduce repetitive strain and the number of clicks for tasks. This mod allows you to plant crops in a customizable sized grid. The default setting will require more stamina to plant, but you can switch that requirement off. More about adjusting settings later in the video. Not only can you plant a lot of crops in a grid, if you press Shift and E together, you'll harvest all of the same crops in an area. This can be handy when running around dangerous biomes collecting plants. PlantEverything by Advise. This wonderful mod allows you to use the cultivator to place and grow additional plants in your game. In addition to the regular saplings and vegetables from seeds you find, it adds growable trees from the later biomes like the plains and mistlands, and pickable versions of plants such as mushrooms, thistles, berry bushes, and cloudberries. I love to plant mushrooms in a shed with my boars, so I can just harvest them and have a continuous food source, and add some decorative bushes around my buildings. SmarterContainers by TOT. This is one of my absolute favourite mods, and a great one for anyone looking for a convenient way to keep their boxes organised. I'm looking at you, ADHD friendos. Choose any box in your base and control-click the item in. SmarterContainers will transfer the item in another box nearby with the same item already inside. The receiving box will glow to show where it was sent. This is amazing when you return to your base to get rested, grab some more snacks, and you want to clear your inventory quickly. This works best when you separate your items so there's plenty of space in each box. If there isn't room in the box with the same item, it won't transfer, so you can choose where to put it or do some reorganizing. QuickStackStoreSortTrashRestock by Golden Revolver. This mod gives you some tools to help manage your inventory. QuickStack will transfer items into current or nearby chests. Restock will refill stacks in your player inventory with items from current or nearby chests. Store all items moves everything from your inventory into a nearby chest, the opposite of take all. S will sort your inventory or current chest, and Trash gives a much needed way to delete items from the game. You can favourite items to make sure they stay in your inventory, and by default, the mod will stop you from trashing anything in your hotbar. My favourite feature is the trash option, as this means you won't accidentally pick up items you discarded earlier and reduces lag. AzuExtendedPlayerInventory by Azumat. Valheim player inventories are quite small by default, and as you progress through the game, you end up with so many potions and tools. There's such a variety of loot to be collected. You need to sail or teleport home really often to keep playing. This extended player inventory mod gives your character this paper doll, separating your equipped clothing and utility items for the rest of your gear. And you can add extra rows if you wish. I'll show you how in my mod settings section later in the video. Azucraftyboxes by Azumat. This mod is so helpful and stops you running back and forth trying to find items when trying to craft or build. Azucraftyboxes allows players to craft and build from nearby containers, and the distance is configurable. AutomaticFuel by Tasty Chicken Legs. You've sailed home after harvesting iron from the swamp, and you have so much metal to smelt. Without a mod, you have to manually click multiple times on your smelters and kilns to fill them with wood and ore. AutomaticFuel helps with this task. The mod fuels torches, campfires, windmills, spinning wheels, hearths, kilns, and smelters, using items in nearby chests. Just fill a couple of boxes with wood, coal, and metal ore, and your smelters will refill themselves automatically. If I didn't have TorchesEternal running, my torches would take resin from my chests too, so these work well together. Multicraft by G6. This mod gives you the option to craft multiple items at the same time. It works really well with a craft from containers mod like Azucraftyboxes. This way you can see how many items you can craft and don't have to run back and forth to boxes. I especially love this for crafting food items. Just decide how many you want to craft and the cauldron will cook them all fast. This mod will also insta-repair all items in your inventory when you click once on the relevant crafting bench. Okay, this is the 11th mod, but it's been so clutch on my current playthrough, I had to add it. This mod is specifically for the Mistlands, which, spoiler alert, is quite misty. Without a mod, the wisp light clears only 6 meters in front of you, and it takes a moment to clear, which makes running quite frustrating, and I get eye strain. This mod was a godsend on my current playthrough of Valheim and enables you to increase the range of the wisp light up to 50 meters, so you can see the beautiful landscape and enemies. And now we come to the mod configuration section. This handy mod helps you configure the settings of your mods to tailor your experience. Official Bepinex Configuration Manager by AzuMat gives you the ability to configure your mods in-game. Be careful, if you change anything to do with storage, make sure you have no clothing equipped, no tools equipped or anything like that, otherwise you might lose them. Anything that extends your inventory, box size, anything like that, if you accidentally click out, click back in again, you can end up losing items. So AutoFuel mod. Here you'll want to play around with the range that your smelters etc. will collect items from, and if you're using TorchesEternal, you'll want to disable refueling of torches, fires, braziers etc. Crafty boxes. All I do here is increase the range to the maximum so that I can use items as far as possible within my base. Extended inventory. Here the parts I edit are adding the extra inventory rows by changing this number to 1. You might like to consider emptying your inventory before making any changes though, so you don't lose items from extra slots. DeezMistyBalls. Here you can adjust the slider to change the range of your wisp light. I have mine on 50, the default is 6 in game, but you can change it around however you want to. Multicraft. If you want to turn off auto repair, you can do that here, otherwise I just have this mod set to default. You can also adjust the time it takes to craft. MassFarming. Here you can adjust the range of Shift-E looting. I have mine set to 20 meters. It also suggests you enable Ignore Durability and Ignore Stamina. Otherwise your grid size for planting will be limited by the amount of stamina it would take to plant each one, and the durability of your cultivator. PlantEverything. For this mod there's a lot of configurable options. This mod will allow you to plant pickable items in the game. You can decide how many berries it should cost to place a bush. The default is set to 5 and I leave it at that, but you can adjust this for each crop. Set how long it takes to grow and the yield when you harvest it. I have everything set to default for this mod. QuickStack. I pretty much just use this mod for the trash feature, so you can see I have everything set as default here, but you can adjust anything you like. You might want to use the defaults, then consider adjusting the range that the mod interacts with storage boxes to restock or put things away. SmarterContainers. The only thing I amended here is to change the range to maximum so I can click on boxes for as far from each other as possible. And you can just access this menu by pressing F1 and closing it at any time in game. I use R2 Modman to manage my mods. Once installed, you can use this one tool to find, install and uninstall your Valheim mods. You'll use the mod manager to launch the game, and every time you log in, it'll let you know if a mod needs updating. It will offer to update it for you. So when you launch R2 Modman, it'll check if any of your mods need updating, and then it'll give you a list of profiles. You can create a profile for whatever you want. This is what I'm using. And then here are all the mods I have installed. Some of them are dependencies, so some of the mods that you install, it'll say, in order to use this, you need to download dependencies. Do you want to do so? You'll need to say yes. And when you want to find mods, just click on online and you can search. So you can choose your mod and download it and it'll install. You should check to see how many installs there are and if people like it. You can also click on the website to find some more information. You can see the last time it was updated to see if it's in date, if it's likely to work with the current iteration of the game, the number of downloads, and then you can read the full mod information. All the mods in this video are linked in the description, plus the mod manager. If you decide to install the mod manager, all these mods are available on that tool, so you'll just have to install that one program and search for the mod you want, and it'll install the mods for you. It's so easy. This is how you take the mod if you want to say thank you. When you use this mod manager, you want to launch the game with this each time, even if you want to launch it in vanilla. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments and if you want to see more mod videos like this. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. You can find me live streaming Valheim and a host of other survival games here on YouTube and on my Twitch channel. Make sure to follow me over there. I want to say a big thank you to our channel members for their support. If you'd like to become a channel member, hit the join button under this video. Thanks for watching.